All right, guys, how's it going? Today we're going to be talking about habits, how to have habits that help you succeed, and more importantly, how to create habits that actually stick, that last. Studies show it takes usually somewhere around 66, I think is the new number that they come up with, 66 days of consistently hitting a certain habit for them to stick, for them to be something that has become a part of you, and you no longer have to put a ton of mental effort and willpower into achieving them. So the reason habits are so important, and the reason I want to come out with this video, especially going into the new year, we're about 2 weeks away, is habits are the foundation of creating the lifestyle and the physique that every single one of you are after. If you want to lose weight, you have to start doing the habits that a lean, aesthetically pleasing person does on a daily basis. If you're trying to put on weight and you want to be, a guy who's 200 pounds, can bench 315, can squat 500, can deadlift over 500, you have to start embodying the actions and habits of an athlete who can achieve those things, and over time you will become that person. This is why habits are so important. Completely aside from all these performance and aesthetic goals, longevity and being healthy and just having a healthy lifestyle, you have to ask yourself, what are the daily habits and routines that someone who lives a healthy lifestyle does? What do they do? And how can I start implementing those habits in my life every single day? So the first thing I want to talk with you guys about is this concept of becoming 1% better every single day. The reason I have this 1% better every day, this breakdown is coming from a book. Let me grab it here really quick. This book, if you're one of my clients, I've probably sent you this book. If I haven't, definitely grab this book, Atomic Habits by James Clear. It is an easy and proven way to build good habits and to break bad ones. Tiny changes, remarkable results. And the first part of this book, he explains 1% better every day. And the reason he talks about being 1% better every day is that when it comes to achieving a big goal, all of us, we basically only have 24 hours to achieve a small result to move us 1% closer to that goal. It is nearly impossible. It is absolutely impossible for any single one of us to accomplish big goals in 24 hours. If it is, the goal is probably too small. Most big goals take years to achieve, and it is consistent daily actions that are going to move us closer to those goals in the long run. This is why we talk about 1%. 1% equates to basically 1 day. And if you do the math on getting 1% better every single day, so 1.01 to the 365th power, this equates to a 37.78% increase in whatever habit that might be, in your nutrition, in your body, in your mindset, in your relationships, in your business, whatever it might be. But getting 1% better, accomplishing your daily habits every single day will get you 37, almost 30%, 38% better by the end of the year. And that's a massive increase. Now, conversely, getting 1% worse every single day, which is 0.099 to the 365th power, when you do the math out, this actually, your number, if it was 1, reduces almost to 0. It is 0.03%. So you've actually dramatically gone down if you get 1% worse every single day. And this is so common. It's death by 1,000 cuts. You might have one bad day that turns into one bad week, that turns into a bad month, and the downward spiral gets so hard to get out because you've dug yourself into such a deep hole. So if we can focus on becoming 1% better every single day, those are very achievable targets. And at the end of the year, the compounding effect of this becomes a massive increase. If you break this down, if this graph shows you your results over a period of time, you can see that getting 1% better, at first, this dotted line is your baseline. It's going to take some time for these 1% increases to create some exponential growth. But once it does, it starts multiplying and compounding rapidly. And conversely, getting 1% worse, at first, isn't that big of a deal, but over time, you will slowly start to decline below your previous baseline. You will actually get worse than who you were previously if you were 1% worse every single day. So it is very important to notice this. This is a very important graph for you guys to see. And the biggest explanation out of this is that success is not about radical change. Success is about commitment to achieving small improvements daily. Daily. Small improvements are going to get you to the results that you guys are after. Okay? The second aspect of this is he talks about in the book 4 laws of creating habits. And we were talking about 4 laws of creating habits. He also has one that's the inverse, and it's 4 laws of removing or getting rid of bad habits. You can read that in the book. If you guys want me to make a video on that, I can also do that super easily. So just let me know in the comments if that's something that you want. But the 4 laws, we're going to go over them briefly, and then I'm going to give you 3 different examples, and I'm going to break down how you can accomplish making these habits a reality going into 2022. So the first law is to make it obvious. We want to make sure that whatever goal, habit we are trying to achieve, we want to make it obvious. We want to rely less and less on willpower and motivation to do these things. The easiest thing you can do is to make things obvious. Second law is make it attractive. We want these goals and these new habits implemented to be something that we actually want to achieve. So many of us try to make new habits, and mentally as we think about them, we categorize that new habit as something we're really not looking forward to doing. We find it not attractive. We find it burdensome. We find it tedious. So how can you make these habits attractive? Make it easy. This one goes really great with making it obvious. But again, the most successful people out there actually don't use a ton of willpower. What they do is they set their lives up to make it easy for them to actually accomplish the goals and the habits that they're looking to achieve. You know, some of the best examples of this are big time CEOs, Mark Zuckerberg, the guy who owns Twitter, Tesla, Elon Musk. Sorry, I had a brain fart there. But a really easy one they do is they wear the same clothes all the time because it's easy. It's one less thing they have to think about. If you want to make things easy, it's going to be a lot easier for you to actually create the habit than if it has to be such a hard thing for you to accomplish. And the last thing is to make it satisfying. When you accomplish these goals, when you perform these habits, how can you make it feel satisfying? There needs to be a positive feedback loop that makes you know at the end, oh man, like I'm really glad I did that. A classic example of this is working out. So when you work out, at the end, you get that dopamine hit. You get those feel-good hormones coursing through your body, and it becomes satisfying that you did the work, that you accomplished your workout. So those are the 4 laws. Make it obvious, make it attractive, make it easy, and make it satisfying. Now I'm going to go over 3 of probably the most common habits that I find clients really struggling to create and solidify in their lives. And I'm going to go over how you can implement these laws so that these become super easy, accomplishable habits for you going into 2022. And the 3 habits we have is tracking your food consistently, weighing in every morning, and then going to bed by 10 or at 10. This is going to give you enough time to wake up. This is going to give you very important data for yourself and for me as your coach to be able to see what's going on with your weigh-ins, and then also tracking your food. And notice how each one of these habits intertwine with each other. So if you can start doing one of these, it's going to cascade and help you into the next one and into the next one. So first one's going to be track food. How can we make tracking food obvious? So a couple different things I have for you here. 1, sticky note. Where are my sticky notes? I got sticky notes everywhere. If I could show you, there's sticky notes all over this room. There's sticky notes in my bathroom, on my mirror. Simple enough. And when I first started tracking food, I actually had a sticky note on my fridge or on my cabinet where I went and got my plates. 2 of the sticky notes said, track your food, and the other sticky note said, your totals for the day, proteins, carbs, fats, and calories. That way, every time I went to open the fridge, I got a reminder right in front of my face with a bright yellow sticky note that said, don't forget to track your food. Here's your totals. And immediately it made me think, I need to track my food, and based on my totals, what am I grabbing out of the fridge? So First thing you can do is have your sticky note. Second one is going to be scale out. And what I basically mean is have your food scale out on the kitchen counter in the morning. Don't have it tucked in your cabinet behind a couple things because that's making it hard. It's not making it easy. Next thing is going to be a screensaver of your habits list. So what that basically means is on your phone, that lock screen, if you have your list of habits, let's say it's track food, weigh in the morning, and go to bed at 10. If you said habits, track food, weigh in the morning, go to bed by 10. Every time you open your phone, you are going to get hit with that little information to remind you every single time, and we all know this, we look at our phones a lot. So now you're making it so obvious because you see it every single day. There's a sticky note, the scale is out. You are going to be tracking your food way more consistently just by attacking law number 1. And the last thing I have is putting MyFitnessPal on your homepage on your phone. So if when you open your phone on your homepage of apps, is MyFitnessPal on that screen? If you really wanted to go balls out on this, you could have MyFitnessPal and then the app that you use to track your weigh-ins and have that be the only thing on your home screen. So every day when you wake up, you have to swipe to the right before you can get to text messages, Instagram, Facebook, whatever that might be. But your first home screen is going to have MyFitnessPal and the app you use to track your weigh-ins. That is going to make it super obvious to help you track your food super consistently. Next, law number 2, make it attractive. How do you make tracking your food an attractive habit for you to accomplish? What we can do is tell ourselves and remind ourselves the why behind what we're doing. If I track my food, this will help make me more sexy. I'm gonna get leaner, I'm gonna get stronger. This is either gonna help me look more attractive to my current girlfriend or boyfriend, or it's going to help me attract the opposite sex because the more I track my food, the sexier I'm going to be as a result. Next one's just going to be more confident, again, because if I'm feeling sexier, I'm obviously going to be feeling more confident. And then the last aspect of this is more control. When it comes to tracking food and having a flexible dieting approach, when you know what you're eating for the day, you are in so much more control of what you are eating. You have 10 times less stress of deciding, what am I going to eat for lunch? What am I going to eat for dinner? Can I make this fit? Can I not? Am I overeating? Am I undereating? So when you start tracking more and more consistently, you're going to have more control when it comes to your food intake. If you have more control, you're going to get sexier. If you're going to get sexier, this is going to give you more confidence. All 3 of those help make tracking food a more attractive habit for you to accomplish. Are you guys starting to understand how this concept works? Next one, 3rd law, make it easy. How can I track food easily? Couple ideas. Repeat meals. I made a post on this in the last video when it came to Food Prep 101. Have your staples, have your go-to meals, have your bases of food in their Tupperware so you can make that Chipotle line of whatever you need to eat to hit your goals. Repeat meals. Saved meals in MyFitnessPal. So in the MyFitnessPal app, there is a section called Saved Meals. If you start eating repeat meals, what I would encourage you to do is to take the 3 minutes one time and to input that saved meal. It might be breakfast go-to number 1, lunch go-to number 1, dinner go-to number 1. And you might have 3 of those in each category. That might take you 10, 15 minutes one time. And then in the future, when you go to track your food, if you're eating a repeat meal, all you gotta do is go saved, number 1, add. And it will auto-populate the 4 or 5 ingredients that made that meal. Now you just went from taking 2 minutes every single time you log your food to I'm gonna take 20 minutes one time, and then in the future, this is only gonna take me 10 seconds. That just got a whole lot easier after you did the one thing you need to do to set yourself up. And the other piece I have in here is to get girlfriend, boyfriend, roommates, friends, whoever it is involved also in tracking food. So now it is a community thing. You're not the only person doing it. So if you pull up your phone to track your meals while you're out at a restaurant, your friends aren't going to give you shit because everyone's doing it. That makes it a lot easier. And then 4th law is to make it satisfying. What I would say here is a couple things. Log your favorite foods, snacks in your daily meal as a reward. This is teaching you the importance and the really rewarding aspect of flexible dieting. is that if you eat, 80% of your food super clean, healthy, nutritious, high nutrient dense foods, the other 20% you get to have a good, flexible, enjoyable time. So if you have made it obvious, you've made it attractive, and you've made it easy, and you've logged, 80% of your day, and you still got 20% left of your calories, the way you can make this satisfying is by logging in your favorite food and snacks and then eating those. So your reward for the day is that I implemented a new habit, and my reward is now I get to show myself that I can eat the foods I want to eat and still stay on track. That's super satisfying. That's super rewarding. It makes all the work you did throughout the day worth it, because at the end, you get the cookies, or you get the cup of ice cream, or you get the piece of cake, or whatever it might be. Maybe you don't like sweets. Maybe you like salty things. Doesn't matter. If you can get all of these pieces done, your reward gets to be eating the favorite foods you want. That's what this is all about. And then the last thing you can do here is buy yourself a gift if consistent for 21 days. And I know I said it takes about 66 days to do it, but if you do it, if it's 66, I don't know how to do the math, like every third of the way there, you buy yourself a small gift. Doesn't need to be anything crazy, but giving yourself that gift as a reward is going to help motivate you along the way if you're somebody who enjoys gifts. If, knowing your love languages helps in this situation to understand, maybe you want physical touch, maybe you want words of affirmation, quality time, or gifts. Whatever your love language is, give yourself that reward for logging your food. Those 4 laws when it comes to tracking your food is going to help you make this a habit that sticks going into 2022 10 times easier. All right, these next 2, because we've kind of understood the concept of this, I'm going to go through it a little bit quicker. Next one's just going to be weigh yourself in the morning. So how can you make it obvious? Have scale right next to or right in front of the toilet, because everyone goes and takes a piss or a shit in the morning. So if you're going to do that, put the scale right there so you remember, it's obvious, even if you're tired or groggy, I got to weigh myself. Next one, how do I make it attractive? Weighing yourself in the morning is usually when you're at your lightest. So if I want to weigh myself and I'm worried about the scale, I'm going to weigh myself first thing in the morning right after I go to the bathroom, because that's going to be my lightest, most consistent weigh-in. See yourself getting closer to your goals as you're progressing. That's going to make it more and more attractive. That's the reason why we should be weighing ourselves. And the other one is just to build awareness. Building awareness of understanding, all right, if I went out and I had some drinks, the scale went up. Throughout the week, when I went back on track, the scale went back down to my baseline. That information lets me know that I'm allowed to have some fun, I can get back on track, and I'm not going to continue to gain weight. That's a very powerful lesson to learn. That's a very attractive lesson to learn when it comes to weighing yourselves in the morning. But if you go out on a night out and you don't weigh yourself for the next 3 or 4 days because you were afraid to, and then you weigh yourself the 4th day and you're still a little up in weight, but now you beat yourself up, and then you stop weighing yourself for another 3 or 4 days, and then you weigh yourself again, you have no data, you have no lesson learned, you're losing awareness, and now you're actually getting discouraged when you weigh yourself. So look at this as data, not as a number that gives you worth of whether you're good enough or not. How do I make it easy? Get a smart scale that tracks weigh-ins for you. So I have a smart scale. I believe the brand is called Renpho, R-E-N-P-H-O. And all you have to do is stand on the machine. There's an app that's connected to your phone. As long as you have it turned on, or even if it's not turned on and Bluetooth is connected, it will auto track your weigh-ins. So when you have to input your weigh-ins for me, all you have to do is go to that app, open it, and you can see the week and just go on your computer and go, yep. Now you don't have to track your weigh-in, write it down, or put it in a note on your phone. There's too many levels, there's too many barriers in the way when you old school weigh yourself that you're gonna forget to do it every single day. So let's make it easy. Get yourself a smart scale. It probably costs 20 or 30 bucks on Amazon, and you'll never have to worry about tracking it ever again. Super easy. And then last thing, 4th law, high five habit and reward, whether it's a morning coffee, whatever your morning kind of go-to is. And again, love languages are super important on this one. But let me explain the high five habit really quick. So the high five habit is a book by Mel Robbins, and she talks about the science about giving yourself a high five every single morning in the mirror. This, if you start weighing yourself in the morning and doing the high five habit, you're actually habit stacking. So now we're hitting 2 habits in one session basically, and we're getting 2 times the effect. But a high five habit is simply giving yourself a high five in the mirror every single morning for showing up. for weighing yourself. And what this will do in your brain, it will start allowing you to create a relationship with yourself, and it will give you an opportunity to give yourself praise, because the majority of us get no praise from anyone else throughout the day, unless you're a child. But most of us aren't children anymore, and we don't get praise like we used to. So it's up to us to give ourselves that praise every single morning. So a way that you can make it satisfying by weighing yourself in the morning is to give yourself a high five, give yourself a pat on the back, and tell yourself, I'm proud of you for showing up. I'm proud of you for stepping on the scale. Stepping on the scale is getting us 1% closer to our goals. Last one, going to bed at 10 p.m. So this could be your own number, but basically the idea is getting to bed earlier than you normally would. We all know sleep is super important, but a lot of us struggle getting to bed on time. So how can we make this obvious? A couple different ideas. One, if you have an Alexa, set an Alexa reminder. Tell her to remind you every single day at 8 p.m., 8:30, 9 p.m., whatever it is, or however long it takes you to wind down to be able to go to bed at 10, let her know you want a reminder. And then every single day, Alexa will beep and she will let you know, hey, it's time to start getting ready for bed. Next one, dim the lights in your house when the sun goes down. So as the sun goes down, we have a natural circadian rhythm within our body that is trying to send us signals to let us know it's time to get ready for bed. The best way our body gets this from the sun is the different hues and shades of orange that we see when a sunset starts. It sends the signals to our body to start producing melatonin in our bodies. However, most of us live indoors with artificial blue light, bright, fluorescent, white lights. And these lights block those signals to our brains to start producing melatonin. So what you can do is, as the sun starts going down, is to dim the lights in your house, or get orange and red lights to help show your body and tell your mind and trick your mind into remembering, oh, it's time to start winding down for bed. A darker room is going to make you more sleepy than a bright, well-lit room. So start introducing dim lights when the sun goes down to help you fall asleep faster. Also, iPhone reminder. Now I have an Alexa and an iPhone reminder for two reasons. One is because if you set an Alexa reminder, I know it is very easy for you to just go, Alexa, turn off, and just forget about it. So because of that, we're gonna set an Alexa reminder and an iPhone reminder. The Alexa reminder is your first reminder, or vice versa, it doesn't matter to me. But you're gonna have a first reminder and you're gonna have a backup reminder. This is because we wanna make it so obvious, hey, it's time to go to bed. Your first reminder, you might resist it. Your second reminder, it might be the one that tells you, okay, we gotta go to bed. We said this was important. I've set two reminders, like it's obviously important. We need to go to bed. All right, so set two reminders just as a backup. How do we make it attractive? Epic wind down routine. This could be your own thing. This might be taking a bath, doing a stretch session, listening to calm music, smoking a joint. Like, I don't even know what it might be for you, but have a wind down routine. Something that you love, something that is attractive to you, that you're actually excited to get into. If you've had a very high stress day, how can you create a really exciting and attractive wind down routine that you're so looking forward to because you know you're gonna sleep super well? So start thinking about those things. Dim lights, calming music, aromatherapy, stretching, rolling out, Theraguns, massage guns, whatever it might be. Last one is just realize that this is me time. Pre-bed is me time. Have your favorite book bedside, whatever it might be, to make you feel that going to bed is going to be an attractive thing because you just can't wait to get to that book. You can't wait to get to that routine. And this is my time to just let the stresses of the day fade away. I don't want to bring them with me into the next day. I need to have a specific amount of time to just decompress and let go of all the negative energies, shake them all out, stretch them all out so that you can sleep soundly. How do I make this easy? Blackout curtains, white noise, phone on do not disturb. Very simple. Blackout curtains because, again, like I talked about with artificial lights, we want that room to be as pitch black as possible. Another one I didn't write on here is make your house cold. We sleep at a base temperature of, I believe, something in the low 70s. So if we can turn our house down to a colder temperature, it's actually gonna help us fall asleep faster than if we were hot. So what we can do is have blackout curtains, have a white noise machine, something that helps drown out any outside noises, something that helps you fall asleep. Phone on do not disturb, so we're not getting any notifications, no beeps, no sounds, no phone lighting up, none of those things. Do not disturb. And then last one, make the room cold so you fall asleep faster. And then how is this satisfying? This is satisfying because you're gonna get extra sleep. You're gonna have extra time in bed with your boyfriend, your girlfriend. If you're sleeping alone, it doesn't matter, man. You still get extra sleep. And we all know that if you get extra sleep, you are going to have better energy, willpower. You're gonna feel better. You're gonna be more excited and happy the next day. And if you're excited, happy, have more energy, that is going to help you track your food and also weigh yourself in the morning. If you don't get enough sleep, usually means the next day you wake up cranky, groggy, willpower is extremely low, and you're looking for the easiest ways to avoid difficult situations. So if we can get good sleep, we're gonna be able to actually combat all of the things that are coming to us the next day and have the willpower to accomplish them. And another one here to make it satisfying is aromatherapy. Spray certain aromatherapies on your pillows, on your blankets to make it satisfying for you to get into bed because you know that shit smells so good. All right? Does this make sense? If this makes sense and you watch this video, please leave a comment saying, yes, this makes sense. I would love to hear how you're gonna implement these 4 laws with some new habits going into the new year, breaking them down like I did. If you can do that for yourself and you can write them down category by category, I have no doubt that you'll be able to accomplish those goals. All right, I hope this makes sense. How to have habits that help you succeed and actually have them stick going into 2022. If you have any questions, let me know. Just wanted to bring this one to you guys, and I'll be talking to you next week, all right? Peace.